Shalom and welcome to 2 Minutes of Torah. This shiur is entitled The Bracha of Grains, the fifth and final shiur in the mini-series. We're just going to take examples of different kinds of grains and see what the bracha would be according to all that we have learned over the previous 4 shiurim. One takes a raw grain, which we rarely eat today. Maybe one could find one in the health food store. So then the bracha would be ha'adamah. And the Bracha Rishona according to Tosfos would be al hadama v'pi adama. According to the most Rishona would be barley nefashot. If one takes the grain and cooks it just a bit, where the pieces are still separate, they're not all mushed up, it would still be hadama, and then the Bracha Rishona would be the suffix that we just mentioned. If one takes the raw grain and mills it, just takes the outer layer and pops it through heat, so then the bracha would be adama, and the bracha achrona once again would be a safek. If the food that was a pops would be like shalva or rice cake would be adama. If the shalva would sit in cereal enough that it would become mushed together, then according to Shlomo Zalman, that would be mezonot and al-mechia. Next along the way would be if the grain is milled and then it is cooked. So if it is cooked to the point that it becomes mushed together or stuck together, then it would be mezonot and al-mechia. If it is not cooked, but the grain actually was split in half, which is known as chilkan, such as the oats granola. So if it is cooked, the granola is cooked, the oats are cooked, then it will be mezonot and al-mechia. And if it is not cooked, like just granola, which many companies do not cook it, then it would be hadama, and the bracha achrona once again is a safek. If the granola is a cereal and sits in milk and becomes one big mass, stuck together, then it would be mezonot and al-mechia. If one takes barley and cooks the barley, so once again it depends. If it was hardly milled, just the outer layer, so then it would have to be cooked to the point that it really becomes stuck together. While if the barley was milled and part of the endosperm was taken off as well, then some say just cooking would be enough. The mice, that would mean that in a chulent, the barley is cooked to the point that it really does become mushed together like a dice, and then it would be mezonot. For barley and barley soup, that really could be a shaila what to do. Was it really processed enough before it was put into the soup, and therefore now the bishul is enough to make a mezonot, or not? It really is a question of mitzias, what happened to that barley before it was put into the soup. Because the soup itself, if the barley is floating around, it may not be defined as nidbak yafa. One would have to discuss that shaila with a posek. And finally, the last question of oats, like Quaker. So once again, the grain was split, and if it is cooked, properly cooked, then it's mezonos. If it was cooked either before in the plant or it's cooked at one's home, either way that could become mezonot. Shalom.